Alright, hello everybody. We are going to do Spin the Black Circle for real, because we butchered it in the barn, if you recall, for Savio Lopez, Matt Klein, and J.H. But first, I would like to recite for you a poem by Shel Silverstein that I memorized in second grade and have not forgotten. It's called The Dance. I remembered to put on my hat. I remembered to put on my shoes. I remembered to put on my tie that was painted in beautiful purples and blues. I remembered to put on my coat so I'd look perfectly grand at the dance, but I think I've forgotten something. What is it? What is it? It was his pants. Alright, ready? Here we go. So, the beginning. Here is the specific thing you gotta do. It's power chord. It's an A power chord. If you don't know how to name your power chords, go to my video. Handy dandy tip for remembering your root notes on the E and the A strings. This is A. It's on the 5th fret. We're going to go 5, 3, 5, and then this is important once you speed it up. You kind of give it a slide up to 7. And when I first started this, I thought it was like impossibly fast and there must have been a trick, but if you listen to it, it's clearly the whole power chord. That's it. If you don't want to do that, you can do this. It starts on A. So you can play an A down here. Then you can play a G note. That's the 3rd fret of the E string. A again. B. That works too. Or you can make it single notes on the E string like this. Oops. But I really think that they go like this. Then we get into our wah, 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 wah part. We're going to do octaves. What is an octave? An octave is the same note twice. It's more useful for fitting into things because there's no fifth in the way. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to play an F octave. That's the 8th note of your A string. Memorize that. Of the A string, and then the 10th fret of the G string. Now, the trick here is to mute everything that you don't want to hear. So all we want to hear are the A and the G strings. And so with my left pointer finger, pointeringer, I'm muting the E string by just nudging it ever so slightly. See, it's just barely touching it. And I'm muting the D string. That kind of happens by accident. And the B string and the E string with with this part of my finger. So when I strum the whole thing, all you hear is the A string and the G string. So now you can just wail away on this, and we're going to go frets 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, or F, E, E flat, D, C. So if you're doing your strumming directions correctly, there's a lot in this video already. It's only been like 3 minutes. Well, the poem. So if you're doing your strumming directions correctly, it's down, up, 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 down, up, 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 up. And the reason that is because you want your foot and your hand to be doing the same thing the whole time if you're tapping your foot, or if the imaginary foot that should be tapping. The notes happen on the upbeat, so that's where your strum goes if you're going to make it smooth. Alright, while that's going on, Mike has chosen to noodle in C minor. We've seen this move before, even here with the few solos I've done. You bend G10, and then you pluck B and E8. There's another one he does sometimes. It's like E string 8th fret, hammer on to B11 and pull it off. You hear that one. But otherwise, all the noodling is in C minor. C minor, it's your minor pentatonic starting at C. It's in the key. Oh, never mind. All right. It's your minor pentatonic starting at C. So we got 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. We saw this move in the Yellow Ledbetter solo. We saw it in the Amongst the Waves solo. Learn this move because it's everywhere in different sort of speeds and rhythms. Where are we? We just did a bunch of times, and then we do the see this needle, see my hand, dropping it down, oh so gently. Now, here's where there is a trick, because having watched the videos, it's very clear that Stone now goes like this. So rather than do the whole power chord, we're going to do pinky finger on E8. This is the fill, you know, between the meat. We're going to go 8, 5, 8, and then a D power chord. That's on the 5th fret of the A string. Back to the octaves. I'm still going. It's B. Only you deserve conceit. By the way. Oh, I should mention that I'm super into Vitology right now because my GF just got me Vitology on vinyl, which is one of the ones I did not have. Won't turn you away. That again, the whole Spin the Black Circle bit, and then we get to the bridge, which is, that's Halloween. Oh, here, I think he does go into the bridge, but you can still go. You're so warm, straight up to E. I'll reach you up, lay down, you're cooking now. Back into that. So at what point do they start going? I don't know, but it's at some point, and you know the song. So that's more octaves, and we're going to start on the 10th fret of the A string. This is a good one to remember too. It's G. A fast way to figure that out is the A string 12th fret is A. The everything string 12th fret is whatever it used to be when it was open, because the 12th fret is where your octave is. That's the word of the day. We have a word of the day. It's a real thing. Because your octave occurs at the 12th fret. So A is the 12th fret, A flat is the 11th fret, and G is the 10th fret. So we're going to go G, again, muting all the strings we don't want to hear. G, G sharp, G, F sharp, or G flat. I'm going to stop calling out notes. No, I'll do it once and then F sharp, G, F sharp, F sharp, F, E. Or 10, 11, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7. Oh, that was before the... I don't know. No, I've forgotten. Anyways, check it out. Here's more octaves. At the very end of the song, follow my logic. All right. We got A string 8th fret, G string 12th fret. Now, those are the same note. They're both G. Oh, look, because it's the G string 12th fret, like I just ranted on about. Okay, G string 12th fret. Now, your next pair of octaves is not the B string 14th fret, because, you know, when you do relative tuning, you go 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, then you got to go 4th fret, It's because the B string is 1 fret lower compared to the G string than everything else is before that compared to the thing before it. We good with that sentence? Okay, good. So that, what does that mean? It means that the octave is 1 fret higher than it would be. So we're looking for a G on the E string to do the very end. And it's on the 15th fret because of what I just said. Got it? So we're doing the same thing with the G and the G sharp and that thing, and we're going 15, 16, 15, 14, 15, 14, 13, 14, 13, 12 at the very end when everyone's going berserk. And the very last note of Spin the Black Circle for Savio Lopez, Matt Klein, and J.H. is bending the E string 7th fret. I think that's it. Is that it for Spin the Black Circle? I think that's it for Spin the Black Circle. Okay, have a great weekend, everyone. Oh, it's Saturday when you see this, or, you know, any day in the future. Oh my God, you're in the future. So have a great day or night, and I hope that was helpful to you three and everyone else. Goodbye. That's it. Goodbye.